I'm owner here at Fosco, and other than kicking around in creeks a lot as being a kid, and even now, that's my experience. I mean, being out there fishing and just seeing what's going on bug wise, and you can tell a lot about a stream from just the insect life and what you find under rocks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Well, in this area, it's pretty widespread. We don't have like a specific. We go over to Tennessee a lot, and we get like a sulfur mayfly, which is a yellow mayfly that you can pretty much set your watch by, and then there's a big caddis hatch on the Watauga. But over here, it's just you just don't ever know. I mean, there's not really.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
It's interesting. I mean, like during the summertime, you'll have little yellow stone flies will come off, and there's caddis just popping up here and there. Big stone flies.
Okay, cool.
But there's not really a daily hatch.
Really? Okay.
It's interesting because you'll run out there and never know what's going.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you got the Watauga and the South Holston over there, and they are. I mean, and those fish are so specific. If there's one bug hatching, that's the only thing they want to eat. But around here, it's great because they have to be opportunistic. So anything that looks buggy, they kind of it's a lot easier to catch them around here than it is over there.
Yeah.
If they're in there, they like the same spots. I mean, they'll hold in out of the way. They won't usually hold in just the blaring current. They're kind of an ambush feeder, so they'll hold in the soft seams, and dart out into the current to grab stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing some filming, especially on the Valley Cruise.
Yeah.
What river is that?
That's the Watauga.
Watauga?
Yeah.
Okay. And then a couple other spots. And like whenever I film it, it's like they'll be there for a second and they'll just dart away and come back, and they're so hard to film.
But they'll find, they will find little areas that are great holding spots where they don't have to just kick and kick and kick to hold. They can dart out in the current and grab stuff. So the problem we have, over here in the summertime when the water gets low and clear, you spook them so easy.
So easy, yeah.
And they'll spook 2 or 3 holes. I mean, because they'll run up,
Jeez,
and then everybody's freaked out and you can't catch them.
Yeah. What do trout usually feed on, and how do they feed, and how does that vary through the year? Well, actually, we'll start with what do they feed on usually?
Well, typically, I'd say, and it's kind of size related. I mean, the smaller guys and the little native fish are primarily eating bugs. I mean, stoneflies, caddisflies, mayflies.
Of course,
And as they get bigger, especially brown trout. Brown trout are very predacious. I mean, they're going after, when they're that. I mean, we've had them back here, and then literally a fish this big would eat a fish this big. I don't know how they would do it, but they did. But so, the bigger they get, the bigger the stuff they need to grow. I mean, so, but that's not to say a big fish still won't eat bugs. I'd say it's, even in that when they get larger, it's still 70% insect, and crayfish and little sculpins and little small creek chubs and things like that.
Cool. And then last question. So, what is your favorite species to eat out of the stream?
Well, we typically don't eat them.
Of course, catch and release.
But from my experience, any native fish, I mean, the stock fish are not going to taste as good as a wild. I say native. I mean, a wild fish that's born and bred in the river. I mean, as bad as I would never kill a little native brook trout, but I've heard they're delicious. I mean, and because they're just living in the cleanest water, eating. Very, very, specific areas.
They're eating like actual good food instead of a bunch of pellets, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the wild fish definitely are going to be your, the ones to eat, especially in a survival situation. But in that, if you're in that situation, I don't think you'd really care.